side. Very side. Okay, this one. Nah, wait, I will repeat one page here. Who already played the video? Me. Good job.
I'm not yet. I don't even know the name.
Okay. So for those who didn't play the video, let me tell you, this is Sacagawea. Who is Sacagawea?
She's an Indian lady.
The Indian lady, a hero for the Indian. Do you know who is Indian?
Yes.
India.
The
Native American, right? So the Native America is the original people that live in the America. Okay? So this is about Sacagawea. Sacagawea is a girl that really give a big impact to the Native America. Okay? Before in this story, Sacagawea is married with another people from another tribe of the Native American, and then she married at 14 years old. So young. 14 years.
It cannot even drive.
It's like for nowadays it's like in junior high school.
Junior.
Yeah, junior high school SMP for Indonesia. So yeah. And then she has a baby named, who still remember the name? Pom. Pom. The name is Pom. And during the adventure, she always bring her baby on the back of her on the back
The
here.
opposite of kangaroo.
Yeah.
Is that a legend or is it real?
Real. This is real, but back then. Now Sacagawea already passed away.
Yeah. Already meninggal dunia.
Yeah. Okay. Let me continue for this page. Okay. Sorry, I have to open my mask because I have to read this story, and after that I will put on my mask again. Okay?
As fast as you get.
As I can. So this is the picture. Do you know who is this guy? The European, Lewis and Clark. Do you still remember the Lewis and Clark?
Yes.
The people that do the expedition with the Sacagawea.
Yeah.
What expedition is?
Going to find another land.
Good. To going to find another land. Good job, Alan. To explore the American.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. For our expedition, the word bungu was one of the most important of all. Do you know what the meaning of bungu? Horse. It's the language, Native American language for the horse. Bungu. If we want to cross the Rocky Mountain, we needed horses. Horse. At that time, there is no car, there is no motorcycle. Who had the Shoshone? My tribe. I led the way. Be careful, they might attack. I had no idea what to expect that day. It had been years since I was taken from my tribe. But actually, Sacagawea is kidnapped from the tribe.
Kidnapped from another tribe.
From her tribe. Kidnapped, and she has to join the expedition with the Lewis and Clark, the European. Now, our expedition had never seen a Shoshone war party. A battle could have started. Do you know what is Shoshone?
The tribe.
Sacagawea's tribe. Because Native America has a lot of tribes. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Good. But instead of fighting, both sides began to talk. Oh yeah, each tribe speak different language. Sometimes, even without words, you can communicate peace, like that. So, soon after, they invited us to meet their chief. That's when I saw my brother, my sister. Look at the picture. to see my people again. We traded with them, giving them supplies and even a medallion from Thomas Jefferson. Do you still remember what is traded?
Yes.
Yeah, what?
So like I have a water bottle. I need a fluid
Yeah.
switch.
Good job, Alpha. Traded, okay? At the time, maybe they
Not get have any money.
yeah, like now, so they do the traded. They did the traded. In return, they gave us horses, helping us prepare for our journey through the mountains. Eventually, though, it was time to leave. The next part of your trip will be difficult. You'll be going to places where you won't know the land. You'll meet tribes where you won't know the language. Lewis and Clark really don't even need you anymore. So, may I ask, sister, this is Sakajawa's brother, why are you going with them? Why not stay here with your family? To this day, no one knows the answer. Some say it was because we still had more to explore. Some say it was because I felt like I was part of them. Some even say I was inspired by the adventure. One thing was certain, the mission was not done. So what would you do next? Ooh, the bear.
Like fighting.
Fight. The trip was never easy. We faced grizzly bears. We were hit by hail and flash floods. Sorry. We ate candles. We ate candles to keep from starving. I even got extremely ill. She's sick. She's a fighter. Yeah, Sakajawa was sick
From what?
because
She eat candle?
because she cannot eat anything because there is no anything at that time and the weather is so cold.
I like cold. Same.
The winter, our corps of discovery had to decide where to build our camp. Usually, that decision was made by the man in charge. But for once, we'd like to know what you think. We need everyone to vote. Include me? Yes, Sakajawa, including you. The final decision rests with Louis and Clark. But on that day, my vote was cast. Like everyone else on the team. Did our expedition ever reach the Pacific? Do you know what is Pacific?
Yeah. Pacific Ocean.
Good. Yes, it did. Part of our group hiked to the water earlier than the rest and sent word back. They saw a whale. I want to go to see the whale, not just the whale. So Sakajawa's dream is one of Sakajawa's dream is to see the whale.
What? They can handle it.
Not Han just wants to see because Sakajawa live near the mountain. Of course, mountain is so far from the beach or the ocean. So Sakajawa wants to see the whale. I wanted to see the ocean, which I'd never seen before. Eventually, I did. In the end, our corps of discovery traveled over 2,000 miles. Wow, 2,000 so far, so far, and only using small boat. No car,
Like a year.
no motorbike,
I like motorbike.
only the small boat and horses. It took a year and a half by boat, horse and foot. Wow, 1 year and a half by boat, horse and foot. It was the only girl, the only teenager, the only one with a baby, and the only Native American, because the rest of the group is the European. In my life, people underestimate me. Do you know what is underestimate?
No. No.
It's like not not believe with your power, not believe with your, what is that, ability. I'm not believe with your ability. You say that I can drawing, but I'm not believe with your ability. So I underestimate you. That's the example. Since I was a girl, they expected me to be weak. Since I was young, they expected me to be inexperienced. And since I was Native American, they expected to treat me unfairly. That's how things were back then. But that's not how they should ever be. Native American people define themselves by their stories. You know my story now. It's time for you to write your story. Don't let someone else limit you. As if Meninok of the Yakama tribe says, we can only be what we give ourselves power to be. So you can watch that. This is the moral value of this story. This is nowadays, not the story about Sakajawa anymore. At the end of the expedition, Sakajawa's husband was paid around $533 and given 320 acres of land. As his wife, Sakajawa was paid nothing. At the time, maybe they sell the human. Yeah, not like now. Today, there are dozens of parks, landmarks, poems, songs, and even rivers named after her all across the country. Remember when she saved all the supplies during the expedition? When it happened, they named the river after her. Today, in Montana, in America, it's still called the Sakajawas River. The river where when the Sakajawas was that across the river. So that river now named the Sakajawa River. She's the first Native American woman to have her own statue in the U.S. Capitol. She even got her own coin, the Sakajawa dollar. But since there are no pictures of her, the pictures on the coin is of a woman from Sakajawa's tribe. So until now, there is no one that has the Sakajawa's real picture. So they just, what's that? Imagine the appearance of Sakajawa. So
Why? They can just
at that time there is no camera, there is no phone,
And no one can
yeah. At the time
yeah,
they
of human
cannot face. So they just imagine the appearance. Long hair with the big eyes, maybe like that. Did she really make that whole trip with her baby? Look at the coin and the statue. Baby Pom is on board. So Sakajawa always bring her baby here on her back. Always. Every
Never.
Huh? Pom, not pom pom.
POMP, right?
P-O-M-P, Pom.
Pom.
Without Sakajawa's bravery and knowledge, the Lewis and Clark expedition might not have ever been completed. Thanks to her, they were able to create maps, engage other Native American culture, and find a route to the Pacific. Now, do you know what means to navigate something? Do you know the meaning of navigate something?
No.
To show the direction. So this is the job of the Sakajawa for the Lewis and Clark. She navigate to the group or for the group. So navigate is, for example, like this. When you drive a car, after this, turn left, and then turn right. So we call it's navigate to show the direction. Wherever you go in life, with whatever mountains you climb and challenge you face, find your own way. Make your own path, set your expectation. That was I've always done. I'm a girl, I'm a teenager, I'm a mother, I am Native American, and I am powerful. I am Sakajawa, and I will bless my own trail. So, what is the moral value from this story? Can you please raise up your hand? Moral value? Yeah, Ruby?